I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Courtside Soundoff podcast. Once again, I'm Josh Soundoff. As always, welcome by the one and only man of the hour, Too Sweet to Be Sour. We're in a good mood this week because we have so much to talk about, so much to discuss. 2 UFC Apex cards, not just one. Don't worry, guys. We got 2 of them. Some PFL news. Conor McGregor back in the news. Just it's something bad every week. Which I feel like we could probably stop talking about it, but it's one of those things where it's nothing's happening this week, and not nothing, but there's a lacking of stuff happening this week, and it is very, very big news. So we'll talk about that as well as some other news stuff. Before we break into all the action, got to talk about a few sponsors. Rogue Energy, ELYXR, and BetMGM. Rogue Energy keeps me fueled up whether I'm at home, whether I'm at the gym, or I'm doing this show. They get me to the finish line. They can help you get there as well with code Soundoff at checkout. Code Soundoff at checkout for 10% off of all their amazing, amazing products. Meanwhile, we have ELYXR with their incredible Delta 8, Delta 9 products and get you really high, and you can go ahead and do the same. All caps when you spell the brand's name at checkout. Code Soundoff for 10% off all their amazing, amazing products, which are going to get you very high. Lastly, guys, BetMGM. Hey, look, if you would have followed your boy last week, the main and co-main, you would have made a little bit of scratch. But if you know what, if you followed Angel's picks and you,
well, no, I mean I hit on one.
But if you would have followed his pick on the main event, you would have lost some scratch. Oh, wait, no, you wouldn't have. Had you used that link down below.
Hey.
BetMGM, up to $1,500 bonus was paid back if you do not.
I will say, I wasn't wrong about the submission. I did listen to that podcast a few days ago because I was curious. And I did say I could totally see Tyra getting the sub here.
You know what? Hey, fair enough then. Fair enough. Hey, I'll give credit where it's deserved.
Yeah, fucking blow me, dude.
And that credit could be yours if you follow link down below and you don't hit on your first BetMGM slip. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER if you're having any issues.
I got for some Hail Marys this year and they have paid off.
Yeah, I mean, look, I was just giving you shit. I'm just trying to plug the ad. No, it's fine. Let's make a big deal about it. Let's just make a big deal about it, Angel. We're just talking about the picks, you know. I don't do this whenever you get a good one. And you're like, damn, Josh. Yeah. Anyways.
Hey, I give you credit when you go.
I know. I'm just being a dick.
It definitely goes both ways, right?
No, I think, guys, let us know in the comment section down below. Does it go both ways? Anyways, in the main event of UFC Vegas 108.
By the way, there is my bet slip. I don't know if I sent it to you.
You did, yeah, dude. Cashing out
was smart.
Perfect time.
Yeah,
cashing out at the perfect time.
Sometimes, guys, you need to know when to pull out.
Sometimes you got to know when to pull out. Sometimes you got to know when enough is enough. And
I should have hedged my bet more aggressively. I should have bet Park win, be a KO, and I should have bet Tyra sub and then picked a round just to like
that. Yeah,
which I didn't do. I bet Park be a KO or then just straight Park with like because I won 120. So I was like, oh fuck it, I'll use the 20 to play for fun.
Gotcha.
But it was still fun. It was a good feeling. I think I've actually won multiple times this year, which is crazy because
I have not bet in a very long time. So now you're talking to me, and it's
whenever
like
you're
the Green Goblin match just screaming at me.
I know, right?
Like,
no, but like I'm telling you, I feel like you like every now and then I'll look at a card and I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. Like I'm not sure what could hit here. But like, dude, like I kind of regret not throwing Magny in this because he was plus money, and I wish I had him in that. That would have been cool.
Looks like I gotta be honest with you. Just looking at it on air, there's some good opportunities to make some money this weekend. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
Couple of a lot of heavy favorites. But if you're a guy that likes heavy favorites and you like to earn some guaranteed cash, I feel like there's some guaranteed wins on this card. I'll say that up top. I mean, and obviously it's MMA. Nothing's a guarantee, but
oh no,
there's some good shit.
You know a betting strat that actually, it's funny. Oh, tell me,
yeah.
But our, late and great James Krause. I remember he talked. No, but I was
the late great. I mean, maybe not great, but the late James Krause. Yeah.
But I was listening to him talk like way back when on one of his shows talking about betting. One of the things he brought up about betting in MMA, he's like, for example, he was talking about how if you're giving me good odds on the way the guy typically wins versus just a straight bet, the value is on betting. Like, for example, here with Tyra. Obviously, him as a straight bet. I don't know how much it was by Tyra, but
he was like a minus 250, I think, something like that.
Which wasn't nothing too crazy. But then as a favorite, he was minus 330. At least this is what it says on here. He might have been minus 300 on whatever other sports book. But he's like, if there's value to be taken on taking a guy on the way he usually wins, which is, sub KO or a decision, get the value,
Yep.
You should take the chance and the risk and the opportunity there. And it's true. And funny enough, I should have put Tyra via sub, or even Tyra via sub on my parlay, because it would have been kind of a W call here.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, this card, man, there's definitely some opportunities to make some money. Or there was, excuse me.
Did you like it? Before we dive into, did you like this card?
I thought it was a fun card.
I think it was a sleeper card.
I think it was a sleeper card, and I think whenever you have one of these situations where, I think I said this last week, like the main event I really liked a lot, but it falls off a bit after that. But how those fights go matters a lot, and these fights for the most part, lived up to it. But we'll talk about that main event and then work our ways down, because Tatsuro Tara, academic defeating Park Young-sung, basically went the way I expected. Second round sub win early, 106 of the second round for the face crank. You look up the stats, pretty solid on the feet and on the mat. Look, the guy's the real deal. He gets on the mic afterwards, he calls like Kai Sakura. I think that's.
But he's a fight. But Kai is booked against Tim Elliott. So
hey, but he fights next week.
He does.
And if he wins, which is a massive if. Tim Elliott at like damn near 40 now is still just the gatekeeper of this division. He just won't go away. But I think if he wins, that's such a layup fight to me. I think, especially, dude, go back to Japan.
I feel like if you're Asakura, you want that fight. But I think intelligently, though, too, like if I'm Tara's manager, I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we can get a top 3, top 5 opponent here. We could get
He just likes to ball.
We could get. You're not wrong, but we could get a potential Moreno match.
Yeah.
KKF. Maybe the loser of Pantoja Van, which would perfectly. Yeah. And if it is Pantoja that loses, I mean, granted, I feel like they would run that back. Do you think if Van won, they would run that one back?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, it'd be fun,
It'd be fun.
So they probably would.
Yeah.
That's my guess. I don't know, man. Like, flyweight's popping right now. I think the good thing for somebody like Tatsuro Tara is there really isn't a bad matchup for you. I think even though he is coming into this one, he had the split to Bruval, I think. Very close fight.
Where you could see the gaps. You could see where he was limited. You see where he had
exactly. I think that's the perfect thing for him at this point in his career, to have that loss. Some guys need that loss. I remember we talked whenever oh my god, I don't know why I can't. This is gonna sound really bad because I can't remember his name right now. But Frank Ocean's boyfriend, Peyton Talbot. God
damn it, Josh.
Hey, I'm not saying like it's a bad thing. Hey, live your life, bro. But
I feel like there was someone else we mentioned this about too earlier, where it was like this loss is fine.
Yeah,
I think Austin Bashi was one that we mentioned too.
Yeah. I think
he lost to C-Rod, and it's like that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. But like we're saying earlier, like it's okay to lose. Like, in fact, in MMA, it might be good for you to lose sometimes early on. You know what I mean? And Tatsuro Tara is a guy who is 25 years old. He's still developing, and in a flyweight division where there's a guy at the top right now who's as dominant as Alexander Pantoja, if you get to that shot, you want to be fully ready and have filled in all the gaps. So for him, I like the improvements that we saw here. Granted, it's an unranked guy on short notice. It's not the perfect fight to see where entirely he's at compared to the top of the top, but Park Young-sung was a great guy coming into this undefeated in the UFC. So yeah, man, solid win. I know that you said that maybe not a Kai Sakura fight, but I'm just saying, man, if he wins,
it's not bad.
I love it.
I'm not gonna say it's bad,
but only in Japan.
Yeah,
if you're not doing it in Japan, you might as well just run Tatu versus Royval rematch.
Absolutely,
Moreno, France. Like, there's a lot of good options for him. So
yeah, I think if you're gonna do Tyra versus another Japanese fighter, which I mean, he wouldn't fight Horiguchi because I mean they're teammates.
Yeah,
but not teammates, but he was in his corner, right?
Correct. Like, I believe they're friendly.
Was he in Park's corner? I don't know. Actually, now I'm blanking. I saw Horiguchi there. I don't remember what corner he was in.
See if I can find.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually don't remember what corner he was in.
Oh man.
Oh, you know where I saw him? My mistake. He walked out with Rinya Nakamura.
That's what it was. But I thought him and Tatsuro Tara were actually friendly. I could have just completely misremembered that.
Who knows?
All right. Well, regardless, then.
I I was able to piece together though where I saw Horiguchi because I was gonna bother him. I was like, where did I saw him that night? But I don't remember where. And I'm like, oh wait, no, he was with Renya.
Yeah,
which
we'll talk about Renya in a minute.
Wow, yeah,
damn. All right. Anyways, man, we'll go ahead and move on down because coming event. This is one of those things where it's like the Apex is just long served. We're past this point of needing to be at the Apex because Chris Duncan and Mateus Rebecca deserved a crowd. They deserved the roar. They deserved the applause because a fight of the year contender, maybe not fight. I wouldn't actually put it in my top 3, but it was a very, very good fight. Very, very bloody.
One of the fights that will be remembered from this year.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, it's probably not my number 1 or top 3 or anything, but it was a very fun fight. But could it have been top 3 with a crowd and they got more into it? And that
right?
Maybe, man. Chris Duncan, though, ends up getting you the unanimous decision win, 29-28, 29-28, 30-27. First of all, I'll ask, what did you think about the fight? Were you comfortable with that scorecard and so on and so forth?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I saw some people giving backdoor to Rebecca, so I figured I'd ask.
Gotta disagree there.
Yeah.
But dude, it was fun. It was genuinely fun. It was a fucking war.
Yeah.
Been a while since we had a bloody war too like this. Like I had like it was reminiscent to me of Bigfoot and Mark Hunt. Like it gave me aspects of that where it got they were a little slower too once the fight kept going, and it was just kind of like just whatever I have left. Like it was fun like that. Dude, no, it was awesome. We needed this, and like you said, it was very much a letdown that we didn't have this in a big arena. Dude, this shit could have been in fucking Idaho and it would have been popping. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you could have had it anywhere. I think even funny enough, they made this joke on MK. They were like, you could have had this shit in Topeka, Kansas, and it would have been wild.
I don't know if anything's wild in Topeka, Kansas, but I mean, I agree with the overall point.
I do need to say, man, dude, Mateus Rebecca though is turning into CTE City, man. These last 2 fights.
I mean, yeah, it's been brutal. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I think most of his fights, like maybe if I could go, maybe I should click here and look back at some of these punch stats, but he takes a lot of damage. Let me see here. I'm trying to see if any take Orobai one, which was crazy. Diego Ferreira one, yeah, that one was pretty wild. He got beat up in that one. And if I remember right, he lost. Was it his debut? Can't remember. Regardless, though, if he keeps fighting like this guy's not going to be around much longer.
Yeah, he's definitely going to age himself out quick. And look, I mean, I never really thought he was going to be a guy who was championship material or anything, but
I thought I had hopes for him when he came in. Like, I hoped he would be at least a ranked guy because he had like a very solid record coming in. Once again, KSW product. Got a lot of these Polish fighters that come through.
Yeah.
And then we didn't even mention these guys had a little bit of history. Chris trained at his gym, and whenever his fight fell out previously, Rebecca was like, "Oh, dude, I'll fight you," and he was like, "What the fuck, bro? We've been training at the gym together." So there was a little, nothing too crazy, but there was a little heat behind the story or behind this fight.
Okay, fair enough then. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was an incredible fight. I thought, let me just say up front, I thought Duncan deserved the nod. I saw some people, like I said, trying to give it back to Rebecca. Didn't necessarily agree with that one at all. But yeah, I mean, it was a really fun fight. They had the history, but man, I almost feel like it's not the co-main, but I feel like we almost got to go one down because it's another lightweight fight. Another banger that had they had somebody in the building, we'd be in, a few months from now, talk about our end of the year awards, be like, man, could you remember the Esteban Rivovic versus Elvis Brenner fight? Like, yeah, just another banger. Let's say this too. Both lightweight fights, getting fight of the night. Duncan, Rebecca, Rivovic, and Brenner all getting 50K. Love to see it. Give me your thoughts on that one as well.
It was a banger. I'm getting, to an extent, and people might disagree with me, very and he hasn't beaten the level of competition, but I'm getting young Justin Gaethje vibes from Esteban Rivovic. Maybe some Chandler in there too, where this dude he can't fucking help himself, dude. He'll just throw the fuck down. He's just down to make this shit a mess and he just decided to have a banger fight just cause. It's just something he almost can't help himself. When it's there, he just does it. Yeah,
I mean, El Gringo, dude. El Gringo.
The only issue is though he needs to. Step up in competition, man. Or be able to beat that next level competition and still have this fun style.
Yeah, I agree with that. And he took that step up against Hackbrass this year. Hackbrass has kind of always been a guy outside the top 15, just outside of it.
But he might be turning a leaf.
But yeah, I mean, he's young. You know what I mean? He's young. He's 27, I believe. He's still at a point where he can turn it around and become a genuine contender. It's just a matter of tightening up these little things. It's easy to forget. At one point, I'm happy you made the Justin Gaethje comparison. Because Justin Gaethje, you got to remember this, came in here, beat Michael Johnson, got fucked up his next couple fights. You know what I mean? Like, he lost to Poirier, he lost to Eddie Alvarez, and it looked like, okay, this guy's a fun guy, but championship material, no chance.
Because, dude,
But then he went back to the drawing board.
I'm looking at all these punch stats. He's a high output guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at the Haverpass fight. He threw 436 strikes.
Which is crazy.
To Nasrat, who threw 273.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea. And he threw 284 in this one. So,
yeah.
He is like, he's giving me the Servant of Chaos vibes, man. Like, he could be like one of those guys that, like, down the line is like, dude, Esteban Ribovic is going to be one of those guys that we look at the card and be like, he's the entertaining 155er.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's a guy that is, like, just absolutely killing it right now. And as far as lightweight division, I think we talked about this recently. There's not a lot of, like, super high-level prospects. I don't know if Esteban is that guy.
But he's entertaining.
He's entertaining. And like you said, he kind of reminds me of, old Justin Gaethje. Justin, because there was, if you guys don't know, there was kind of a period there where Justin was just the straight-up all volume, no defense, just crazy, man.
Just action.
When he first came to the UFC, and he lost a couple fights, but then he went back to the drawing board, became more technically sound, more selective of his shots. Not to say that he wasn't crazy, but if he can get to that point, then shit, Esteban, you could be a top 15 guy. I see the vision, Angel. I see the vision.
I'm happy you see it because like I was thinking about it, and I didn't even take that comparison for someone else, but I was listening to people talk, and they were like, dude, Ribovic, like they were kind of like, they made it seem like Ribovic was just here, and I feel like he's just here if he wants to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if he's willing to take that next step and level up, dude, who knows what the fuck we have?
If he works on the shot selection, I think it'd be a lot better. I mean, it's
and the defense too.
Yeah,
he absorbs a lot.
Yeah.
I wonder what his stats are as far as like punch absorption. I'm sure it's pretty up there.
I would imagine. Yeah, I mean, he's 4-2 in the UFC. One loss to Hackbrass, and he had I believe his debut was a loss, and he entered. I want to say on short notice, but I can't fully remember. Point being, he's a young guy with a lot of room for development. So yeah, man, fuck yeah, I see the vision. I see Esteban Ribovic. There's an opportunity there. The guy was born in fucking 1996, bro. He's got some time, Yeah, he did lose his debut. Just to confirm that.
Who did he lose to?
He lost to, I already went off the page, Loik Razadabov. Yeah, you're not a big Loik fan. Yeah, it went 2-2, and then got cut after a loss to Trey Ogden in 2024. So, what a champ. Anyways, I still like Esteban Ribovic. You take a look even at the resume. McKinney's a good win. Zellhuber's a solid win. Brenner's another good win. Like, he's young, but there's room for growth. Carol Hosta defeating Nora Canole. It was a fight that happened. Neil Magny, man, you gotta show respect to the Haitian sensation. Battle of the Unks. 38
second Haitian to win on the weekend.
Hey, look, there's two types of 38, all right? I want to be the Neil Magny 38 whenever I'm 38, all right? That's all I'm going to say, man. I mean, knockout win. And by the way, Neil Magny, who has been a decision guy almost his entire career. He has 17 decisions to about 13 knockouts. He's gotten 2 knockouts in a row. Let's talk about that, man. Knocked out Mike Malott. I guess it wins. But he knocked out Mike Malott last January. Comes in here, knocks out Elizeudo dos Santos. Some brutal ground and pound. Shout out Neil Magny. He's at a point where I don't know who you put him against, but he's just killing it, man. I'm shocked that he's still around.
You know what they should do? They should make him an outside of the top 15 gatekeeper.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah,
kind of like how Brad Tavares had a stage like that there for a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, still does. I think he's still out of the top 15 and 85, and he's kind of gatekeeping the rankings without being in the ranking.
Yeah, because I don't see Neil Magny beating anybody at this point in time. I mean, well, I think he might be able to beat D-Rod. D-Rod's 13.
Yeah, maybe.
But he doesn't deserve that opportunity, I would say. I guess he's already beaten D-Rod. I forgot about that. He submitted him in November 2022. So there you go.
Shit, did we run that one back now?
Did we run that one back? Neil Magny getting another ranking? I mean, and then it's Bonfim at 14 and Michael Page at 15. Like, I don't think he beats either of those guys. So, yeah, man, put him in some fun old guy fights or use him as a gatekeeper for just outside the top 15.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Neil Magny, UFC leader in welterweight wins, tied second all time for most wins in promotional history, which is just fucking insane.
Let's go, champ.
Kevin Vallejo, by the way, since this is completely off topic, I was not going to include this originally, but I just thought about it. Jim Miller is number 1 all time in wins with 27. Do you think that if Neil Magny retires with that win stat, like he's number 1 when he retires, do you think they're going to have some Hall of Fame talks the way people are having for Jim Miller?
It's
a random question. I just thought about this right now because I never see people discuss Neil Magny in the same way Jim Miller, but like they have pretty similar careers.
Yes and no. I think it's kind of like a hipster pick too.
Yeah.
I think Jim Miller even is like a hipster kind of Hall of Fame.
I don't disagree, but I've seen some people. There was a lot of talk about that, especially around UFC 300.
It's weird, right? Because then you get these guys who are kind of like these guys who just fucking fought, dude. Like these legends who just fought, maybe didn't reach the title, but were around and hit the rankings at some points and are relevant to the sport. You know, it's like how do they find themselves to be immortalized in the sport? Through the promotion specifically, because I think individuals are always going to remember their fighters, right? People who they enjoy, people who they like. I think the best thing for a lot of these guys, and for Jim Miller and guys like Neil Magny, is getting a fight in the Hall of Fame. Like that's their entryway. Maybe it's not necessarily them, because I don't even know what category you could introduce to fucking. It's funny if DTF fighter, you know, that'd be pretty good.
You know what, man? I think the DTF wing, the down to fight wing. Let's fucking go, dude. You know, yeah, I think you figured it out.
The down to fight wing, you know, the DTF wing.
Yeah, I just had to ask that. I was just genuinely curious because I
think appropriately that's the only way you can introduce those guys.
Yeah, Jim is gonna get in, I think, for a fight that he's had. I think he's just
maybe a pioneer in some way, which I know
pioneer. It's kind of
in
that era, but you're kind of
you're kind of like
turning it's kind of iffy. I think
you're squinting the eyes. And
he
blinking.
debuted in like 07, 08. You're kind of
like
right.
But granted, though, as time goes on, I think the definition of pioneer will change.
It will expand because it's like, well, yeah, now he's a pioneer to the first 20 years of the game.
That's what I'm saying. Are you gonna cap off the pioneer wing at some point? Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like the pioneer wing will evolve. You know what I mean?
It's a good question. Yeah, I was thinking about that, man. Because Neil Magny, when he's retired, I think he's still got another 2-3 years left him at this point. I mean, like, and once you rack up some of those wins, like you're wearing that Jim Miller conversation. I remember last year.
I think those guys are like hipster picks into the pioneer wing, like Jim Miller and Neil Magny. I'm sure there's some other guys in there that we're forgetting.
With Neil, I think, and with Jim, it's easier because he has like 7 or 8 fight of the nights. Like the Joe Lozon 2 fights were incredible. I think he had one with Dustin Poirier too. I mean, who didn't have one with Poirier, but Matt Wyman back in the day, I think they had a war too. Like there's a lot of good Jim Miller fights that he could get in for. Magny has like Kelvin Gastelum. That was a great fight back in the day, and I think that may be his only fight of the night. Like he's a hard guy to gauge.
I'm actually kind of curious. I'm gonna look real quick. I know we're kind of sticking.
No, I'm fucking nothing else to talk about this week. I looked it up. Yeah, that's the only fight of the night he has.
He got a performance bonus for the D-Rod sub.
Performance of the night for wins over Lombard, Lim Hyung Yu, Kishi Kunamoto.
Fight of the night against Hector Lombard, which you already said, right?
Yep. That was a fun fight. That's a good one, you know. But that's not Hall of Fame worthy. The Gastelum one was such an insane
performance
fight.
Of the night against Kichi Kunimoto.
Yeah, interesting. So I just felt like asking that one, but yeah.
I mean, dude, he fought everybody though. It's crazy, and he fought, and this one's crazy because I didn't even think about it. Tough alum.
Yeah, let's try anything about that.
Yeah, Ultimate Fighter 16, season 16. Just as another thing to add to his. It's weird. It's like, how do you properly give this guy his flowers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm telling you, I think it's the pioneer.
It's the pioneer wing, or it's a fight. But with Jim, it's a lot easier to pick one. You know. What I mean? I think him and Joe Lozon will go in one day for their fight. Either probably the first one, I would imagine. But yeah. Anyways, man, should probably move on. Shout out to Neil Magny though. Kevin DeVallejos defeating Danny Silva. Solid win for Kevin Vallejo. Still a young guy, decent prospect at 145.
23, and he's looking this good. I mean, look, it's just you got to give it time and see how it peaks, and when those critical fights come along the way, how is he gonna rise to the occasion? You know?
Exactly. Rinya Nakamura.
Wow,
love me some Rinya Nakamura, man.
This was an important bounce back after a letdown to start the year against Muin Gotarov back in January. Which, dude, that fight was just like, if you go back and look at it, it's like, fuck. Like, the hype did kind of die after that for me. I'm not going to lie to you. And in this one, when the opponent got announced and everything, I'm like, oh, Ethan Butcher's a dog. I'm kind of hurt about this one. I like both these guys. And then, even the broadcast, I don't know if you said you popped in during this fight.
Yeah.
The broadcast was talking about Nathan Fletcher and how he was kind of disappointed in his previous fight where he was like, man, I felt like maybe I could have got the nod in that last one, which I think he could have. That was the Cal Laverin fight. back in London, which I'm trying to remember that one off the top of my head. I remember knowing that there was talks of like, hey, did Nathan Fletcher, deserve to get that one?
Yeah.
Did it deserve to go the other way? I don't know. And like I said, the broadcast was talking about the fact that he was kind of like, man, I was kind of trying to look for that perfect shot. I was kind of like trying to look for it too much and not let just the fight come to me and just find the victory.
Mm-hmm.
So when this fight happened and then it ended in the fashion it did, man, I can't help but like feel some type of way for Nathan Fletcher, right? Because it's like he came in with this new fresh mindset. He had this decently high, an opponent with somewhat of a profile because of his background in wrestling.
Yeah. And
to get finished like that on the feet, oh fuck, dude. I mean, in the body kick to finish and the follow up punches, it was just But then on the other end, what a fucking performance!
What a highlight!
What a highlight out of the fucking Japanese wrestler.
Exactly, man. Nathan Fletcher, like, I'm happy you said that. I thought he won his last fight. The MMA decisions, I pulled it up while you're talking. That tracks as well, but it was like something like 75% of
Holy shit! It was that. It was like that.
It was like 8 of 9 media scorecards. So unfortunate for Nathan Fletcher now, 2 losses in a row. But for the opposite end, Rinya Nakamura, beautiful shot. What a highlight. I'm still a believer in him, man. Obviously the loss to Moingafov was not good. But again, this is another guy where it's like, if you're young, you need losses like this to sometimes kind of check your shit. Because then, honestly, it's even worse when you get to the top level and you get your shit checked. It's really hard to bounce back. I mean, some guys never do. And once they kind of get found out, I mean, we talked about him recently, but Kevin Holland was at one point like a top 5 middleweight. And now here he is losing to the corpse of D-Rod. Like, that's a little bit mean to D-Rod, but you know what I'm saying here. Like, sometimes guys just get found out at the top level and they never get back. So
also, I think this is like 0-2 start now too for Nathan Fletcher,
which is unfortunate. Yeah. But I look.
I think he lost the tough fight too. Like,
yeah, but it's shitty too because you see there's something there. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Speaking of something there, Rodolfo Vieira. They're gonna cut Tresean Gore, right? There's nothing there at this point. I mean,
it's kind of fucking saddening, and then the weight miss made it even worse.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I'm saying they're gonna cut him. It's one thing to lose at this point. He's 5-4. I think technically 6-4 if you count the tough stuff. But yeah, I mean, he's coming off a war with Marco Tulio, where I even though he lost, a lot of people I saw the consensus online was like, oh damn, kind of gained some respect for Tresean Gore going in there and striking with a guy like Marco Tulio who had a lot more experience. He rocked him at one point. And then, like, he just threw all that in the garbage, straight in there, and then missing weight, and then getting outstruck on the feet by
Rodolfo. But I was kind of like, we got to give credit to do. Did Rodolfo level up here a little bit?
I think he did. Yeah,
I think his hands looked the best they ever did.
He looked good, but how much is that? Is
also Tresean Gore.
Tresean Gore, who he packs the power. He's very athletic, but he's never been a guy to throw those shots. He doesn't put the combinations together, and that's one reason couldn't get Tulio out of there. Ended up getting just dominated late in the fight. Yeah, man. I mean, depressing for Tresean Gore, believer, which I was after that season of Tough, but this is what happens whenever you're entering the UFC.
Vieira holding down his spot.
Exactly. I mean, look, man, I still like me some Rodolfo Vieira. I think there's still some fun stuff to offer. He's 35, but 35 at middleweight is not that old. Can you imagine
if that old bastard sneaks his way into the ranking somehow?
You know what's crazy? I could see it happening. Not because, like, he's a killer. It's 85, though. Like, Roman Kopylov is... I mean, I like Roman.
With the right matchmaking, anything's possible, right?
Oh, I mean, he beats Abus Magomedov, I think. Do you think he beats Abus is 14? That's the real litmus test because I don't think he beats anybody else in the rankings.
Well, Abus looked better in his last fight.
Better though.
He looked better.
Yeah.
Who did he fight again? Can you look up?
I'm already pulling it up. Yeah, because Abus is 14, and I genuinely
because I remember obviously the Strickland performance is the one that's like ingrained in everybody's mind.
Oh, of course, but he beat Michel Pereira. Bruno Ferreira, not Michel Pereira.
And the gas tanks were destroyed.
It was a terrible fight. Bruno Ferreira and Warley Alves.
He's won both of those since then?
Yes. But he lost, obviously, by knockout to Strickland and then got dominated by Caio Borralho. Those are his 2 UFC losses.
Which, I mean, those guys are...
Oh, of course. I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying, like, I don't think he's very...
Look,
very
it's an important matchup, right? Because if Alves doesn't win that, it's like, dude, come on, right?
Yeah.
But if Rodolfo wins that, it's like, all right, well, you're able to get through this level.
I'm just saying, it'd be a fun fight, and I think he'd win it. That's all I'm saying. That's all. But maybe I'm wrong. He need to lose to Andre Petroski. And I don't think Andre Petroski beats... That's the problem with it comes to MMA match.
Petroski's a weird one, though, because I feel like
He's a guy who looks like he's a killer and then just falls off. You know what I mean?
I don't even know if it's necessarily like that, but I think he's like he's lacking whatever would put him over the line, whatever that is.
Oh, and I think one of those things, finishing ability, especially at the top level.
Yeah.
You know, coming off a loss to Edmund, I just looked it up. He has no finishes in his UFC career outside of Michael Gilmore. So,
and Rodolfo is good, but I don't even think he's fully put his jiu-jitsu game into the MMA. Like
he hasn't.
Because I mean, the guy, at least to my knowledge, is like he was that fucking guy in jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean?
There's still a lot of room.
I mean, the guy was called the black belt killer. I mean, just to give you guys a fucking
which
idea.
is just so badass.
Like,
I mean,
just to like give people an idea. So it's kind of like we should have been seeing the like. Rodolfo Vieira was a guy that we were thinking he was going to start submitting motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like that was the whole consensus behind him.
Yeah,
it has not been that kind of experience. It's been much more dragged out, and there's been lows and
some really bad moments of the gas tank.
Yes, and then the highs have been okay. They haven't even been that high.
Yeah, like this should. But look, this is a win that he needed. He showed some development on the feet. 35 and stay improving. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have a lot of fight miles, obviously, because he's still relatively young in his career. We'll see what he does. Maybe he could work himself in a position where he gets into the top 15 or at least gets a crack at somebody at the top. I mean, look, he's won 3 or 4. You know what I mean? Like there's only so much.
And it's 85.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not kid ourselves here.
Yeah, like it's not a crazy deep division, and guys at 85 tend to go longer as well. So worth noting. Man, I'm a Nick Klein fan, so this one was tough. Andre Pulev defeating Nick Klein by second round knockout. By the way, another body kick finish on this one.
Beautiful follow up.
Yeah, it's a shame because I like Nick Klein, but I love body kick finishes even more.
Hey, Nick Klein looked good that first round, but then you got into round 2 and it was like, well,
yeah, that's the problem.
Common male issue, right? You look great at the start, but look like shit at the end.
Yeah, and I think his last fight he looked good. Yeah, that was the Monster Abdul Malik fight. He looked really good in the first round there too. Rocked him and.
The Monster Abdul Malik is pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah, there was no shame in losing that one, but it was like, damn, dude, you almost had him out of there. You had some good moments, do some spinning shit, and he ended up getting taken out here in the second round. Nonetheless, Austin Bashi. How about it, man? How about it? We're on the scoreboards. First round submission win over John Giannis. You love it for
short
Austin
notice opponent. So shout out John Giannis for coming into this one trying to.
Oh, of course. We'll give credit.
Chase the dream, right?
You know, yeah, good for him. But for Austin Bashi, 23 years young. Now, first UFC win. I mean, we said it. Yeah, no shame losing to C-Rod. And if you're gonna fight a short notice guy, this is how you want to get him out of there.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, look, he's this next generation, right? Young kid who's, I mean, we mentioned it before, where these guys aren't training jiu-jitsu and then later on trying to catch up in the MMA game. Like he grew up training in an MMA gym entirely. You know, his whole goal was to get to the UFC. You know, from a young age, like this was the objective, was to get to this point, and he is here now. He's a long way to go.
Yeah.
I think with him, he's one of those guys that his matchmaking super important. You want to develop him. You don't want to throw him into these super hard fights really quick. You want to see how he does. Like this is a good initial step. Okay, you put him in a crowd. You gave him a short notice opponent to a guy who, on paper, like their record just seems okay, right? Mm-hmm. So what's the next step, right? We're gonna find someone who might bite back a little bit more. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit older. You know, physically, maybe a little bit imposing. You know, let's see how Austin Bashi can tackle the fight in a technical manner, not in a physical manner. You know, not overwhelm him with what he's good at. You know, how does he deal when certain tools get taken away? You know, that's what the Austin Bashi experience is to be here the next 2, 3, 4 years. So by the time he is 26, 27, maybe even 28, and his body's peaking, and he's hopefully peaking in a technical sense as well, how does he look against those top 15 guys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's honestly inspiring too, because it's like you said, he's one of these guys who the goal was the UFC from the time he's been a teenager. You know what I mean? Like,
no, not even that. 8 years old.
8 years old. There you go. Okay, so
yeah,
but yeah, like he's one of these guys of this first generation who is like, yeah, dude, like I watched the UFC growing up. Like I've been training since I was a little kid. Like this is what I want to do, and yeah, man, it's fun. It's fun, and him and like a few other these young cats coming through, like they're the first real generation. Because like obviously MMA's been around for longer than the last.
Like the Fatima Kleins, the Raul Rosas, Austin Bashi.
Yes.
I think these are the true next gen.
Exactly, because like, dude, like obviously MMA's been around, but like watching, if you were somebody who came up in like the early 2000s or whatever, you're probably not watching the UFC. Like it just wasn't that popular. But like 10 years ago, he would have been 13. And 10 years ago was Ronda Rousey in her prime, literally like this week fighting Betch Kohea. Like that was 10 years ago this week, which makes me feel like a fucking ancient man. Like just I'm not normally this guy who's like, oh, I'm getting old, but like that does make me feel old, you know, because it doesn't feel like 10 years ago. And I vividly remember that fight. So yeah, but Austin Bashi, he's one of those guys, man. So high ceiling form, very excited, good
and
win.
dude, a lot of these people that we're still seeing are still guys who like are you talking about the Ronda era, the Conor era. Like, give it a few more years, it's gonna be like, oh, I was a Adesanya guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
You know, I was Kamaru Usman fan. You know, I was an Ngannou. You know, that's gonna.
I came up during the Ngannou era.
Holy shit!
That hits so hard, doesn't it?
Ugh.
Yeah, the Ngannou era. Yeah, but I saw him training just this past week, and I was like, oh man, Big Fran, what are you doing?
Big Fran, what are you?
Big Fran, what are you getting ready for, man?
You know, like that's gonna be a thing. Or, you know, I was a big Dustin Poirier kid. You know, growing up. You know, or Justin Gaethje guy. You know.
Like, dude, that was
like
that was me, Angel. That was me.
We're
that
not,
was,
but we're a few years removed from that still, though. I think.
Yeah. I will say though, Dustin retiring really does feel like it's the first pillar of like just legendary status just falling over. You know what I mean? Like, because Dustin's 35. It's like you look at the rest of the division. Conor's 36. Justin Gaethje's 35.
Chandler's like 38.
Chandler's 38. You know what I mean? Eddie Alvarez, he's already out the door as well. I mean, technically, I don't think he's officially retired, but he's done fighting.
RDA is pretty much in the grave.
RDA's done. Anthony Pettis is done. Benson Henderson is done. Jim Miller's about to be done. Oh, God. Like, like
Tony Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson's still going to be fighting by the time I'm 40. I guarantee you. Like he's still, Habib's another one though. But it's just, So it's definitely a changing the guard type.
Isn't
moment.
Islam 34? 33 going on 34?
Yeah, Islam's 33, 34. Yeah, that's another one. He's another one.
Charles Oliveira.
Charlie Olives. Yeah. Like, it really does feel like we're coming to the end of just this action era. And it's up to the Austin Bashis of the world. Great. He's a featherweight. I know he's not a 155er, but still, you get what I'm saying here. It's up to him and his next generation to kind of lead us into the next MMA renaissance. That's all I'm saying.
I wonder, I'm really curious to see, like, dude, in 5 years, will we have a clear picture of, like, who are those established stars? You know, who's our Justin Gaethje? You know, who's our, you know, Dustin Poirier, our Max Holloway figure? You know, like.
In my 15 years of watching MMA, I found that it's way harder to predict anything. Because even, like, dude, like, there are some people that you latch onto, right? Like, there are people that you noticed early on, like, oh, you're special because you're just demolishing these people early. You know what I mean? Like, you're at least going to be with the UFC. You know what I mean? I think of, obviously, just from my own regional scouting days, I think of Erin Blanchfield when I think of that. Like, I saw her in her first fight, like, she was like 18 and head kicked a woman and just, like, you know, submitted her inside a round. I was like, okay, you're the real deal. Like, you're going to be around. Man of Maverick, she's another one. But it's like, I've never seen, not never, but it's hard to tell sometimes, like, is this guy going to be the next Justin Gaethje? Is he going to be the next Max Holloway? Like, I don't know who the next guys are going to be 5 years
I think
from now. I genuinely don't know.
Easier to maybe pick out, like, good talent or, like, the it factor, whatever that is.
Yeah.
You know
I think it was probably, let me also say, it was easier, I think, 5-10 years ago because you had the regional scene, you had other promotions. So it's like, oh, damn, like, this AJ McKee cat's killing dudes over in Bellator. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot easier to stand out than it is now. Yeah, fucking Esteban Rivovic is going to be our Justin Gaethje 5 years from now. I'm going to say that right now. But, I mean,
fuck, dude. We hope, right?
Yeah. Anyways, just close out with this one. Rafael Esteban defeating Felipe Bunes at a catch weight of 130. And Pierre Rodriguez defeating Caitlin Souza by split decision. Yeah. So, no deep thoughts on either of those.
I'm pretty sure, who was it? Esteem? Nunes? One of them fuckers missed weight, right?
Nunes, I believe, yeah. Could be wrong.
It says Bunes on here.
Bunes, excuse me, my bad. Yeah. Nunes. You got the idea.
Well, granted, what do you expect 13-0 versus 14-7?
It
right?
went the way I expected. There's certain fights on these Apex cards where it's like
I didn't know anything, but I was kind of like, I mean, I could be wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Anyways, man, we're gonna move on because, guys, action packed. Back at the UFC Apex, Las Vegas, Nevada. No fans in attendance in the Vegas Valley. We're back. UFC Vegas 109. It's unfortunate because I think this card, if you put it in fucking Delaware or something, or you can put it anywhere. That's kind of the point of what I'm trying to say here. It's going to be a really fun event. People are going to like it because it has a lot of fun fights, actually. I love this main card. I'll say that. For a fight night, it's not too often. I actually really, really like a main card. I really, really like this main card. Main event, Roman Dolidze at 37 years old is, I did not expect to be in this position. Okay, I'll put it like that. Ranked number 9. He is coming off of, I believe, 3 wins in a row. The Caucasian Roman Dolidze, which is just, that's a crazy nickname. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, he's won 3 in a row, and I remember I was talking.
It'd be like some white guy just being like his name being like the Superman.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? Yeah. The Caucasian back in action. And about a year ago this time, we were talking about him having lost to Anthony Hernandez in one of the ugliest main events in UFC history, I think, especially late. And I remember thinking, like, okay, this guy's 36, he's done at the top level, and then he just won't stay away. Granted, the wins have not aged well at all, but Anthony Smith at light heavyweight on
short notice
for both guys, just to be fair.
Yeah.
Kevin Holland, who, that was a first round stoppage win, good stuff there.
Rib injury,
so it's a little bit okay.
Kevin Holland called it in the corner.
Yeah, just a little bit iffy. It's one of those things where the 3-5 win streak looks great on paper. Once you delve into each of these, is more and more issues. And then Marvin Vettori, who has just been dealing with tragedy in his personal life and struggles inside the cage for the past 5 years. But still, 3 wins in a row. If you're a Roman Dolidze fan, you're taking that heading into this weekend. 37 years old, but the issue is he's coming up against a man on a mission. And that man is Fluffy Anthony Hernandez, who has won a staggering 7 fights in a row. Came to the UFC 6-0. He was 7-2 at one point with losses to Kevin Holland and Marcus Perez. It's kind of like, okay, this he's fine. He's not going to go too far. And then he submitted Rodolfo Vieira in that February 2021, and that just kickstarted the run, dude. He beat Josh Frumd. He choked out Marc-Andre Barriault. He knocked out Edmund Shabazian. He submitted Roman Kopylov. He knocked out Michel Pereira, and then he defeated Brendan Allen again. What a run, dude. He's one of those guys where I really didn't expect him to be in this position, but I'm so happy he is. Give me your thoughts on this fight.
I don't think you can compare him to any other person in there. Like, is there anybody else who comes to mind in any other division who you kind of get the same vibe where they just like, you never expected it, and somehow they're putting it together and they're just going and going.
He is like if the Diaz brothers were like really good. That sounds mean, but like, dude, think about it though. He has
you're gonna disrespect Nick like that,
dude. No, Nick in his prime is a motherfucker, but like he. But honestly, I think he's probably better than Nick. Honestly, when I think about it, like he might be. Just the way.
Didn't Nick fight for a title?
Well, Nick, yeah, he fought for a title, but that was a little bit weird. It was the UC. He came back, he fought Condit, and he lost, and then he got the title shot against George anyway. Because like, oh, it's fucking Nick Diaz, dude. Like, it'd be a huge fight. But he did win the Strikeforce title. He won the WC title. Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying like in terms of like technical ability, like a lot's changed in the 20 years since Nick had those belts.
That too.
Fluffy Hernandez, man, I just think like the way he flows, it kind of gives me some Diaz vibes. You know what I mean? But I think he could probably win a UFC title at some point.
He got pretty good. Well, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
fuck, I guess
he's got good jiu-jitsu. He has an incredible gas tank on the feet. He's not the most sharp. He's not the most heavy hitter, but god damn it, he throws.
And physically, he doesn't look like
he's not a huge guy for the division, which plays into his
not
success
even just that,
too.
but his actual physique doesn't look like. He doesn't look like Phil Hawes.
He's fluffy, bro. He's fluffy, man. Like
no, but you know what I mean though. Like if I told you, dude, which one of these guys do you think is wrecking house right now in the UFC? Phil Hawes.
Exactly.
Fluffy Hernandez.
Nah, man.
You wouldn't assume.
It's this cat. With not. Dude, he looks like my neighbor. Dude.
No muscle definition, no nothing. But you know something? That motherfucker throws down.
That's what I'm saying, man. He gives me some Diaz, and but in the best way possible, not in like the choking out random people on the streetway.
And I'm pretty sure, didn't Fluffy pop for fucking weed too for a fight?
I believe yes, he did. I believe he did.
To top it off, I mean, maybe you're onto some
yes,
shit
he knocked out Jordan Wright. Yeah, that win. Shout out Jordan Wright. What a blast!
The Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah. So, but he popped for that one and had that win in return. So yeah, shout out. Dude, I didn't even think about it until right now. He really is like just a modern day Diaz, bro. Yeah,
that's awesome.
30 years old, a hell of a win streak. I'm gonna just cut straight to the chase. I think this is his moment. I think this is his fight to win, and I think it's kind of a showcase for him to kind of move up the division.
I swear to God, dude, if Roman Dolidze decides to fuck this up for me,
but this is also the thing that is on the opposite end for Fluffy. This is such a fight for Roman Dolidze to win. Like just
shut down a train and
yes.
Do you think if Roman wins this, he'll get like hate from the internet? Like
probably. I mean, he's a minus. According to the current line from our friends over at BetMGM, a minus 325 Anthony Hernandez.
Dude, at one point, I was so high on Roman Dolidze, like I was on that shit. Like that 3-fight win streak. By the way, all bonuses. I looked at it a second ago. Listen to this. Lorena Stropioli, which I know he kind of bombed out of the UFC, but he kind of had a resurgence out of the UFC. He found some success out.
Yeah, I liked him. He was fun.
Kyle Dawkins, who is also finding success now in the regional scene, is trying to make a comeback. He was actually trying to fight on short notice. I forgot who, but he was trying to like fit himself in. To fight someone.
He's been. It's kind of funny because like his brother got released, and I don't think his brother's fought since. But Kyle's been fucking killing it on the regional scene.
Phil Hawes.
Yep.
Who at the time 12-3. I think 12-6 now.
Yeah, the win. He's not been great recently, but yeah, good win at the time.
And then Jack Hermanson, 2022. Another performance bonus there. And then after that, you have the Marvin Vettori fight, which I was kind of disappointed in, and then followed up by the atrocious Nazarene Imamov fight, which I hate that fight.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that fight so fucking much.
Yeah, I feel that.
So, at his peak, in my opinion, he looked fucking damn good. At his low, it looked fucking bad.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
For Fluffy, the highs are awesome right now because he's on that constant high. It feels like Fluffy Hernandez should win here. I think he should win 5 rounds. That's his wheelhouse. I think the more rounds, the better. If there were 6 rounds, even better.
Yeah, exactly. His gas tank never wanes, and honestly, that's why I'm saying like it feels like a tailor-made match for him. Roman Dolidze is one of those guys which just always struggle with his gas.
Also, now 37 Roman Dolidze on top of that.
Yeah, exactly. Like even though he has his 3-5 winning streak, and at one point he could have made some noise in the top 5, but I think we're past that point. Even with this 3-5 winning streak he has, I just think, especially late, I don't see him getting into the 5th round and surviving if Fluffy Hernandez.
Yeah, the longer this fight goes on, the worse it gets for him.
Exactly, because this is a guy that just he has his own stamina issues, and you're fighting maybe the guy with the greatest gas tank at 185. Like genuinely, like he was.
By the way, could you compare his gas tank to anybody else ever at 185? Like whoever had this level of output at 85?
Man, I literally can't remember. You got that Michelle Pahea fight in like rounds 4 and 5. He looked like he was fresh, and he was hunting him like a fucking wounded animal.
Well, not even just that. Michelle looked like you had drained him of all energy.
He hit the wall bad. He was like Dale Sr. back in 01, dude. Like he hit that wall bad.
When he was out of gas, it was bad.
Yeah, man, it was bad. And I think Roman Dolidze is that same type of cat where he just like he uses a lot of that energy earlier, especially if it's I don't know what it is, to be honest with you, because like there's sometimes, brother, he fought the Anthony Smith fight. And like he looked solid, 205. Maybe it's a cut. Maybe it's
adrenaline.
Yeah, it could be anything. I don't know. But I think Fluffy's gonna.
Maybe
walk
he
out
fucked the
here
night before. Like,
I mean, if you're listening, I'm not gonna go there.
I'm not. We can't go there.
No. Anyway, so we're both in alignment. We're taking Fluffy Hernandez. All right.
You remember they said at Rocky Balboa, dude? Don't bang the night before, bro. You gotta keep your legs.
That's true. I have the same problem. I mean, you gotta, Anyways, Steve Erceg. Oh man, he's back.
Astro
Boy's back. Has he lost 3 in a row? Yes, he has. Moreno, Kai Kara France, and Pantoja.
But dude, this is comparable to like Dustin Poirier's last 5 fights.
Yeah. It's like what I said. He like Dustin Poirier's average opponent is like Kratos. Like that's like Steve Erceg right now. Like he's fighting. Flyweight has like 5 killers, and he's fought all of them.
All he's missing is like Manel Cape in there, right?
Literally, dude. I mean, the resume, it's he beat David Warwick, who's a good guy. Alexander Costa, decent. Matt Chanel, always been a good depth guy. Pantoja, which is just arguably the greatest flyweight of all time. Kara France, top 5. Moreno, literally ranked number 1. So no shame in that. And that Moreno fight was just a brutal booking for him, especially like on not on short notice, but from what I remember, he like was switched into that fight, and there was some weird stuff around that one. So yeah, feel bad for the guy. But look, you have a chance. You have a chance to get back on the winning column. He was really supposed to face our boy Park Hyun-sung, who was moved to the fight card last week. Instead, he's taking on Ode Osborne. Ode Osborne been in the UFC for like 5-6 years now. Very much an established guy on the outskirts of the top 15. He's been brutalized generally every time he stepped up. In weight, not in weight, in terms of like stature, in terms of who he's going to face. His best wins are split over Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson's a killer, but he has lost 3 of his last 4, including some, guys who aren't even ranked, such as Filo or Ronaldo Rodriguez. But he's coming off a win over Luis Carrul. Can Astro Boy get back into the win column, Angel? Is it currently a -600 according to BetMGM? I think that's about right.
No, and I don't disagree, especially because it's short notice. I do need to say this. Despite the record, I think Ode Osborne is a this fight can become tricky. He is fast.
Yes.
He can catch you. He
can crack.
He can crack a decent bit. He's not bad on the ground either. He has gotten choked. He has gotten submitted. But he's not terrible in the scrambles. I mean, I remember in that Ronaldo Rodriguez fight with Lazy Boy. I mean, that shit was wild, dude. I mean, he was all over the place. And he was there for all of it.
Mm-hmm.
He could have got that one. He could have snuck that one through, and that would have been a good win on his profile. Curious to see how Steve Erceg deals with the speed, because that is like Odae's Osborne thing. He is one fast motherfucker on the feet, dude.
Yeah.
And I also don't see inherently Steve Erceg as being a guy who's going to be like, okay, I'm going to take this fight to the ground.
Yeah.
Either. So how is he going to slow this down? How is he going to deal with the speed? I feel like this fight can become tricky. I don't think it's going to be just an easy night in the office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, Odae Osborne, it seems like it's definitely a get back for him. He's a -600. I do think Steve Erceg will win this fight. But is there a world where he catches him whenever Steve's already been cracked in his last 3 fights? He can face some heavy hitters, and Odae's pretty dangerous early. You take a look at, he has, honestly, for a flyweight, he has some heavy power. 6 knockout wins. He's
with the speed, dude. That's the thing. Speed kills.
Let me rephrase this. He has 10 stoppages in 3 decisions. He is a finisher at 125. He knocked out Drew Goddishev. He knocked out Luis Gurul. He knocked out Jerome Barrera. He has heavy power. So if you're Steve Erceg,
critical win for both guys.
It is. For Odae, it's definitely like, I think you lose, you might get cut. And also a very underrated thing. Steve Erceg, he's the taller guy by a few inches. I went to 2 or 3 in the heading into this one. He does not have the longer reach. It's actually Odae Osborne with 73-inch reach. Steve Erceg a 68-inch reach. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So I was gonna say, keep him on the end of those punches. Not really an option in this one. So it's gonna be tricky for Steve, but I think he's gonna get out of there with a win probably.
Also, Odae a little more seasoned too.
Yeah, especially in the UFC, especially.
But Erceg's fought the higher level though.
It's a weird fight when you put in those terms. But yeah, man,
I'm
hoping for the best,
it's
man.
Not sometimes it's not like the level, but the styles, dude. That's MMA. True. I think that's kind of like the beauty to it, because like, I don't know, I like. Look, I might look completely stupid next week, and it might have been like, oh shit, Steve Erceg went in there and blew out fucking Odae Osborne. At the same time, though, how intelligent am I going to look if I'm like, I told you guys, Odae Osborne.
And if Odae Osborne, and by the way, if Odae Osborne wins, number 10 in the UFC flyweight division, what a turnaround it would
just
be
like
for
that,
him.
right?
Yeah. So I like the fight, man. I like the fight a lot. So I honestly may like it.
It feels kind of like this last week's fight with Tyron Park, right? Where it's an unranked guy versus kind of an established ranked guy who's already fought that next level.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of parallel there.
I would agree with you. Yeah, I agree.
A little different though, because Odae's been around a little bit longer. Has I think like 11 fights now in the UFC. It'll be age 12. Park will only had like 2 or 3. So there's a bit of a difference there, and also the cleaner record for now. Things could always change. So there's a little bit of remnants, like a little bit from the last main event to this co-main event.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I got fucking zombified from this one to that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be fun. Very excited for it. But the rest of those main cards also just a lot of fun in general. Iceman Lucendo versus Angela Hill is a great fight. Angela Hill is always a gatekeeper. She's 18-14. The record doesn't look great, but it's one of those things where it's like you look at her average comp. She's only fighting people in the rankings, only fighting like high level individuals. And Iceman Lucendo coming off a loss to Amanda Lemos, she could use a get back. So we'll see how it goes, man. Angela Hill is underdog, but I would not be surprised at all if she was able to pull this one out. She just refuses to go away at the age of 37. So we'll see what she does. Andre Fili taking on C-Rod. I love that fight. Andre Fili, 35 years old now. Pretty much win one, lose one, win one, lose one. We'll see what C-Rod does against him. Should be a fun fight at the very least. Miles Johns, Gene Matamoto. Dude, sign me up. Sign me up for some Gene Matamoto. Dude's a lot of fun. Coming off the loss to Rob Font. That was a split decision, very close fight. It's the only loss in his run so far. So we'll see what he can do here. And then Angel, I love me some CLD.
You're a CLD enjoyer.
I am a CLD enjoyer. This has been very well known on the show. Christian Leroy Duncan. Is he a
watch
future champion?
Cage Warriors?
I saw a fair bit of it. Yeah, near the end. I didn't watch all of this shit, but near the end when he was fighting for the title and that. Yeah, man. I think that CLD. He's a really fun guy. I don't think he's gonna win the title at any point. And he's dealt with some bad losses. The Armin Petrosyan one was a bad one, I thought. That's a fight that stopped me from winning a lot of money. But he has won 3 of his last 4, with the only loss being to RoboCop, and it was a close fight too. So
maybe he's turning a leaf, man.
He might. He's young enough, and he's taking on Eric Anders, who, I mean, I would not have believed this if he told me. He's won 2 in a row. Actually 3 of his last 4. I would not have believed that if you told me before looking at it myself. It just feels like he's been struggling more lately. But your boy is still going at age 38, coming off the win over Weidman, which is just such an unk fight. It was an unk war. I don't think you saw. I think it was one of those fights that I think you and the boys were out getting food or something, and I don't think you watched any of that fight. But it was an unk war. Yeah, both guys.
I remember coming back and hearing about it.
Yeah, both guys got dropped at various points. It was an unk war. So shout out Eric Aaron.
By the way, right before that, Jamie Pickett too is a win.
Yeah,
just to give you an idea of the level of competition here.
He also beat Kyle Dawkins. Sounds another one.
That one aged well now.
That has, yeah. Taking a look at the prelims. Falls off a lot. I'm not gonna lie with you guys, but there's just some stuff like Julius Walker taking on Rafael Cervera. I don't know. I apologize. 11-2 out of Brazil at light heavyweight should be a fun fight. I mean, I'm not exactly expecting a lot out of Rafael, but Julius Walker seems to be somewhat fun. I mean, just based off of he's 26. He's 0-1 in the UFC. I don't have like a super high level for him, but I mean, he's young enough to where I have optimism. Elijah Smith, who I actually do like a lot at 135, taking on Tahoshi Kazama. Should be a fun one. Takeshi Kazama, the silent finisher. We'll take any Japanese talent we can get to load it for that UFC Japan card, which we're totally going to do. Totally, yeah. That's totally not just going to die on the vine. Jocelyn Edwards taking on Priscilla Cachoeira. Priscilla Cachoeira, 36 years old. Nobody likes her. Just to be honest with you, I see more hate for this woman online than any other women's MMA fighter, which it's hard to say it's like not deserved because like she's kind of like fouls everybody repeatedly. But dude, she knocked out Josie Nunez in that last fight, and that was just insane to me because yeah. Anyways, Priscilla Cachoeira still doing the damn thing. Uros Medic. I like Uros Medic taking on Gilbert Urbina. I like that one a lot of ones.
I like this fight.
Yeah, that's a very fun fight. I like that a lot. And then lastly, Gabriela Fernandez, who, if you recognize the name, that's because she's the one who beat Wang Kong last time out. She also beat Carla Judice, was also aged very nicely as a win as well. Wang Kong, she submitted her. And now she's back. She's on Julia Stoliarenko, former Invicta champion. We've seen her around for a hot minute.
By the way, what do you think her record is lifetime in the UFC?
Stoliarenko?
Yeah.
She's like fucking 2-8 or something.
2-6.
Yeah, like it's bad.
How is she still in the promotion?
Because she's fun.
I mean,
she has. I mean, I think she's fun,
dude. But I also think about
like she got fucked up badly though, like multiple times.
Not even just that, but you also think about the time she passed out. Basically,
I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
she
that
fell off the scale. That shit was horrific.
The fact that she's at flyweight is borderline insane to me. But
not even just that, dude. I also think of that fight she had in Invicta that we saw live.
Lisa Versosa. Yeah.
Man, unforgettable, right? We saw that shit live, boys.
Yeah. By the way, Lisa Versosa fought like one more time and then never fought again.
After that?
Kind of crazy. Yeah. Yeah. She's only like 28, 29 now.
That was crazy. She was 5-0 at the time.
Yeah. Lisa, all used to be Lisa Spangler, who had like an incredible nickname, the Strangler Spangler.
That's pretty fire.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's the UFC Vegas card. It should be fun. I like the main card a lot. I'm optimistic for it. Obviously, these Apex cards, we want good shit to happen, so we have stuff to recap next week. But regardless, we'll have a hell of a preview. Because we have a pay-per-view. A few other things, quick things to discuss. Man, the PFL. PFL 8 going down over the weekend. I don't have too many thoughts going down in Atlantic City, the Boardwalk Hall. It was not a very deep card, and we said that last week, but Thad Jean doing the damn thing, defeating Logan Storley, 49-46 across the board. 11-0, PFL champion, not even supposed to be in the tournament, and now PFL champion. Thad Jean, Angel, give me your thoughts on the silverback, 27 years old.
This is awesome for the PFL.
Yeah.
I think awesome in general. I'm being funny. But dude, they developed, scouted, and built up their own young talent.
Yeah.
And now they have built their own monster because now they have to figure out what they have to do with this guy. Mm-hmm. And hopefully they can maximize him, fucking promote him, make him big. First Haitian to win on the weekend, you know?
Yeah.
First MMA major promotion Haitian champ, I think he claimed as well, which is pretty awesome.
Yes.
His family went crazy. The win was great. I mean, this is a highlight in the PFL, man, where they've had a lot of darkness. This is a dub. And for Thad Jean himself, I mean, obviously he made some big money. It's fucking dubs all around right now.
Yeah, it is. Good stuff for the PFL. You guys need stars like this guy, man. I mean, he's not just winning fights. He's doing it in very fun ways. Oh, it was a fun fight. He has a lot of finishing ability.
He's a fun interview too.
good talker. Yeah, PFL, get behind this guy. Get behind Dakota Dicheva. Keep on doing what you're doing. You guys have actually had a solid year quietly in the background, but that's, because you guys have had to recoup so much losses that it's kind of been like, okay. But look, man, this is a get back year. You're doing a good job. Let's keep it going. Hey, man, you get an Ngannou fight maybe at the end of the year. Then it's like, fuck, dude, PFL, you actually had a solid year. We're back, like something big. Obviously there was rumors of that Jake Paul Usyk thing, which I don't know how.
So they lost Clarissa Shields officially at the start of this year, right?
Yes, they did, but I don't think Clarissa was providing much value to the brand. Really.
No, but it was something that
it's another star to have under your banner.
Yeah, it was something.
You could be like, we have Clarissa Shields. Yeah, so I get where you're coming from. Movlid Kaliev defeating Jesus Pinedo. Feel bad for Jesus Pinedo, but this is a fun fight too. That's the only one.
It was a banger, dude. Yeah. Did you watch it? Like, obviously, it was kind of one-sided, but like,
Pinedo had his moments though.
Bro, he dropped him, and then but then Movlid fucking dropped him back.
Yeah,
I think twice. He dropped him twice. I can't remember. It was insanity.
It really was, man. It was a fun night of fights. PFL, man. And
by the way, can you believe he was the fucking underdog?
Movlid?
Yeah.
I gotta check the betting lines more, man. I like Jesus Pinedo.
Let me tell you,
it's kind of crazy.
Let me tell you, sometimes I've looked at the PFL like odds, and I've been like, these motherfuckers don't know.
Some of my
the
biggest
Movlid
wins,
one, I was like,
some of my wins have been purely because I'll see like somebody who's like a favorite on the PFL. I'm like, I just know this guy is not as good. Like, just because people don't watch the PFL, like they just throw their money on.
I grabbed him at 159 plus 159.
Dude, come on.
August 1st plus 159.
That's crazy. Okay, all right. Well,
just to give you an idea,
we gotta talk about the if I would have just looked at the betting line last week, would be chilling. But that's on me. That's on me. Hey, I mean, people make mistakes, But PFL 9 going down next week, that should be a fun card. That's the one that I talked about last week. Godzi, Robotov, Alfie Davis, Liz Carmouche, Jenny Bishop, Mads Burnell. A couple other good names. So yeah, man, should be fun. But that's all for the PFL in terms of recaps. But Angel, we have a fight announcement. This card, PFL Dubai, happening in October, rumored to be headlined by Usman Nurmagomedov, Paul Hughes too. However, Angel, don't worry, we have another banger. Artem Lobov, the return of the GOAT, the return of the king, Artem Lobov, the Russian hammer, taking on Zubaira Tukhugov. This is beef 7 years in the making. This is the fight that was supposed to happen a long, long time ago in the UFC before Zuba, the whole Conor thing happened. He punched Conor in the cage. It was one thing that happened. Charges were never filed, but he didn't really have, a lot of fights after that. And these guys were really supposed to fight at UC Moncton in 2018, headlined by Volkan Oezdemir taking on Anthony Smith, but both guys got pulled after UFC 229 and their whole post-fight thing there. Yeah, man, very, very funny. Give me your thoughts on this fight. What's your excitement for Artem Lobov, the return of the GOAT?
5 out of 10.
Yeah. I will say, PFL, if you guys are going to do some shows like this, just throw a shit fight out there. Just like do some crazy shit once not like actually a bad fight,
but
just
like feels too late. Like the beef feels way too late.
But I mean, like, if you're going to do this stuff, like you guys, if you guys can have this company, you guys, I truly believe in the Scott Coker method of promoting. Do like a banger card with actually good talent, and then throw one like combo slice on there. Like throw like an Artem Lobov Zubaira fight on there.
Fucking get death sentence on there.
Yes, dude. Genuinely, yes. If you're the PFL, why would you not? Like if you can pass his shit. He's been trained, and why not do death sentence versus Tony Ferguson, dude?
And like do a whole.
I'm not joking, dude. To do Tony Ferguson versus death sentence, El Kukui needs a win, goddammit. And I think that the PFL. Look, Don Davis. I'm looking in the camera.
Death sentence even weigh 100? I think death sentence weighs like 139 pounds, bro.
Rocks, bitch. You can put some rocks in his pockets. He can.
That motherfucker's like 142 wet, bro.
I don't care. I don't care. If he can make 155 through any means, take that motherfucker to Culver's every day and just like force feed him if you need. Tony needs a win, and the PFL needs some eyes. Okay. Yeah, dude. I think we just solved the PFL's money problems. No. You don't know. How about this? If Artem Lobov doesn't beat Zubaira, then we do Artem Lobov versus death sentence. I think we got it.
You want death sentence to die, bro.
I mean, that is the name. I mean,
I guess you're not wrong.
I saw that clip of Mighty like yelling at him about him freaking out. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to train. I'm very serious about my training. You're not going to fucking take it seriously. Go take your ass home. It's just like
you just dad him. Yeah.
I can't imagine, dude. If Mighty Mouse yelled at me like that, I'd cry, bro. Like
he probably thought about crying.
I was like, damn. Like it'd be like getting
Wait,
yelled.
have you watched any of those training art videos?
Dude, I've watched a lot of them, dude.
Have you watched like the both that he released with Mighty on Mighty's
Oh
channel?
yeah, I have, dude. Like
they were both great, weren't they?
Yeah, dude, Mighty Mouse. Nobody deserves the YouTube success more than Mighty Mouse, dude. He's getting his flowers at the right time.
People are hating though. They're like, man, why can't he get someone who like really would take advantage of the opportunity?
Because then it wouldn't be fun.
This
guy's like,
he's a character.
Yeah, he's a character. He's over the top. He's like Josh
It
Block
would be-
if he
it
didn't
would-
say
oh,
slurs.
Let's be honest. It'd be pretty cookie cutter if it was just some guy who was actually.
Yeah,
like,
you guys just want the Ultimate Fighter. That's what you want. Go
Yeah.
watch the Ultimate Fighter. Anyways. Yeah, should be fun in PFL Dubai. Final clip of the day. Conor McGregor. He's back in the news, Angel. I know every day we get on here and we talk about it. I know you're just so thrilled. Because last week we talked about how Conor got into the drug-free sport testing pool. He had his first test. Presumably didn't fail because we haven't heard about it if he did. Not that, let's be honest, you're 2025. I'm sure they can lose that in the mail. But lose the test results in the mail. But nonetheless, man, Conor McGregor, obviously he had the civil case where he was found liable for, I believe, sexual assault. And Nikita Hand filed an appeal, and he lost. And he will now have to pay over $2 million as well as court fees. The next day, he got online and posted a training video, and it's like, dude, you just got to give it up. You got to give it up, man. I mean, come on, what are we doing? I even saw Jake Paul posted something. Everybody was like, damn, I hate that I got to side with Jake Paul. But Jake Paul posted in the comments, he's like, bro, please just stop. Like, just like, it's like, dude, we know what you're doing. We know you're not going to come back to fight. You're doing this because you got some bad headlines. And you know what's crazy, man? Just like, this all has happened so quickly, dude. Like, obviously, us in the know Conor's been like a fan of the Booger Sugar for a minute now. But like, he was in Roadhouse like 2 years ago. Isn't that crazy? And that feels like a lot. Yeah, and that feels like a lifetime ago. They would never put him in a movie now. Like, he's done. It's crazy.
I mean,
and let me rephrase.
Granted, though, it was building up back then because didn't the whole Miami Heat bathroom gate, all that
stuff had happened, but
as the Roadhouse was already done filming.
Correct.
They were just waiting on the release of the movie.
Yeah, correct. Which is obviously different, but I don't know, man. I just think it's devolved so quickly.
It wasn't good either.
No, but he's just
spotted with another woman, the legal case, might have punched someone else in Ibiza.
Oh my god, we didn't talk about that one.
Might have. I mean, I don't know. That's what I said.
I mean, he might have. I mean, they had him on video doing it, but I don't know.
Could have been AI.
Could have been anybody. Could have been AI. Could have been.
AI.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't have too many deep thoughts
him
on
attempting
this.
to run for Irish president.
Oh my god, dude, he's still posting about that. He's still posting about how, like,
what is it? What year? What is the election?
It's in a few months.
McGregor 2025, baby.
But
they don't down for it.
But they don't do it in the way that, like,
dude. The thing is, though, I've gotten some comments on. I've seen Irish people endorsing Conor though too.
Yeah, but they've also ran polls, and he has like 3%.
Oh yeah.
So obviously, it's like 3% of Ireland. What is that? Like 100,000 people? Like that's still somebody, but
yeah, no, and if that, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, he's gonna run apparently, but they don't do it like how we do it. Like they have to have be nominated by a party, but like it's those representatives voting, and none of them like him. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, money talks, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up on a ballot. I would be very surprised if he won because it seems like they hate him at this point. That seems like
I'm pretty sure Ireland's not at least from the Irish people that I've talked to, they're not a fan of Conor. Yeah,
basically. So I got it a little bit wrong. It's not 3%. It's 7%.
Ooh,
we got 7%. Said they would vote for McGregor in a presidential election, while 93% said no.
Well, granted, this is without a campaign and a lot of other.
Of course, people don't realize like campaigning changes everything. You know what I mean? Like every person in politics.
I mean, that's what makes someone get voted into the office, man.
Exactly. I remember Trump started. You can go back and find those things where he starts with like 1% of, you know what I mean, and then the polls, and it's like, yeah, dude. That's Stephen A. Smith right now. That's Steve. Hey man, that's Steve. I'm not letting the dream die. That's Stephen A. Smith. He's getting 1% right now.
The Rock.
I think The Rock even.
Mark Cuban
getting like 4 or 5, which is like crazy because it's like, dude, have you seen him run the Mavericks? I mean,
all right, guys. He doesn't even own the Mavericks anymore, right?
He's a minority owner, but even whenever he did own the Mavericks, I'll give him credit for being involved. But You know what I mean?
He was pretty involved.
He was pretty involved, but I mean,
and I'm pretty sure he was like a pretty good owner, right? Like he paid his employees their code.
He, as far as being an owner, he might be you know, top 2, top 3. Like him and who owns the Clippers? Is Steve Ballmer? I think I've heard a lot of good things about him.
Someone,
you know, I don't know either. Anyways, guys, anything else we talk about? Because I think we kind of run through all we can on the McGregor stuff until he breaks the law again, and like. Or like he's gonna come out with a tweet of just something ridiculous in like 3 hours, but
we'll wait. We'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll miss some news. We're doing this a little earlier than when we typically do it.
Yeah,
I'm just excited to come back next week and have a pay-per-view to talk about.
Dude, same. And those previews always tend to do pretty well on the channel, and I hope you guys enjoy them, man, because we put a lot of effort into that stuff, and we'll have some video and some content for the card next week. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm at Josh Soundoff on Twitter. He's at Angel Ortega _01 at Courtside Sound for all things related to the show. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.